Oh, hello. What are you doing here? Oh, wait a minute. I'm going to be doing a show, aren't I? That's right. Hi. Hi, everybody. How are you doing? It's so good to see you. It's wonderful to have you here. Welcome to the first episode of Object Show Roundup. Now, this is something that's been playing on my mind for a little while now. Ever since my kiddo got me into two specific shows. Don't worry, we'll get there. We'll get through them all. We'll get through every single one that we're currently following, because the list just keeps getting bloody bigger. But I thought, wouldn't it be great to have somewhere that's like a central kind of information point for maybe not all of the object shows that exist, because I can't keep up with like every single one in the world, but maybe you like a couple of object shows, and maybe there's a couple that you don't know about, and maybe we talk about them today and you want to go check them out. I just want to spread the object show love around. And that's reciprocal, too. I'm going to talk about a whole bunch of shows that we've been watching here in our house. But if there's any cool ones that I maybe don't know about, then let me know about those as well. I'll try and find some time to try and catch up, now that we've managed to catch up with everything that we've been following. Maybe we're open to a few more. But anyway, welcome. Hello. My name is Mikey, by the way. Good grief. I didn't even introduce myself properly. I got no script. This could go off the rails super quick. This could go all kinds of wrong. I have no idea. We're just going to go for it and see what happens. Also, I have something somewhere that's meant to help me with this stuff. Wait a second. I'm totally know what I'm doing. So, I think the first thing... I don't anticipate every episode of this being as long as this one might be. This is like an introductory, hello, let's have a quick breakdown of all of the creators that I currently do follow, all of the Object Show channels that I currently am subscribed to, and we'll go through all of those. We'll have a bit of a chat about the shows they do, the latest updates from all of them, and then going forwards, that's going to be the point of the episode. It's going to be, here's what they're up to. This is the list so far. This is currently everybody that we are subscribed to here. Look at all of these wonderful creators right here. Look at this. I didn't do this list very well, did I? I could have done two. I could have made two even. I could have made two even rows there, couldn't I? I could have made two even columns. I mean, I could have totally done that. But this is all of them. Allenimations, AnimationEpic, Centrifuger CD, CheesyHfj, derpadon, FusionAnimations, GagOfGreen, jacknjellify, malues, MationsBomb, maukitt, SacriStuff, snailvine, Trinitine, WebzForevz, and Wuggolo. Ooh. That's it for now. Nothing to say that list will not change at some point, but that's everybody that we currently are following. And it started with jacknjellify and AnimationEpic. They were the two. Kiddo came and says, I think you should watch this show with me. Can you watch this show with me? And I'm talking about them like they're teensy tiny. They're actually not that teensy tiny. They're 12. But they were really wanting me to watch some stuff with them. I was like, fine, come on, let's put Battle for Dream Island on, I guess. And it just spiraled from there. It just got now it's getting to the point now where I am the one saying to the kiddo, hey, check this one out. This looks cool. Let's watch this one together. So now you know all of the ones that I'm going to be providing updates on. We will go through them all one at a time, and we'll have a little chat about where they are, what they've been up to, what's going on in their kind of world right now, any updates on what's coming out. As we go through each one too, I will talk about the shows that they're known for, and then because then you can go, oh, maybe I want to check this one out. This one looks kind of cool, or something like that. So we'll start with the Allenimations. They made a show called The Nightly Manor. It's bloody beautiful. I highly recommend. It's really good. It's very heartbreaking. I've still not recovered. So I'll give you forewarning. It gets quite sad. It gets quite emotional. And I'm getting emotional just thinking about it. But it's so beautifully put together. The characters are so fantastically written. The style is so good. The music is amazing. The voice talent is fantastic. It's like I can't praise it enough. There's only 6 episodes. You could watch the entirety of The Nightly Manor in less than an hour. I think it's probably about just over 30 minutes for all 6 episodes. And honestly, to have such an emotionally bloody powerful show in that small amount of time, that just shows how good Allenimations is at writing. Because to make you care so much about these characters so quickly, it's just they're personified so well. It's done so well. I honestly, one of the highest recommendations from me is Nightly Manor. It's so good. And the latest updates from Alan, it's so funny because there was this particular update that popped up. As for channel stuff, I'm currently taking a step back from things as I focus on my thesis year, but I've been writing a few ideas for another object show, so something brand new, which is exciting because Nightly Manor it was 6 episodes and done. Alan did mention wanting to maybe just do an epilogue episode to wrap up Nightly Manor, and I was like, please, I need some closure. I need some kind of closure on this. Just anything. But now another object show, I'm like, that's kind of exciting. Hopefully it works out. Haha. Expect some small animations here and there too, hopefully. So that popped up a little while ago. I'm like, that's fair enough. People are busy. This is a common thing that I found with object show creators because so many of them start and they're in school. They're doing their school stuff, right? And they're doing like their college stuff. And it's like, it's really awesome that there's so much creativity. It gives me so much bloody hope to see so many amazingly talented people really getting stuck into doing this stuff. And I know this expands outside of object shows, but it's so exciting to see it in this sphere because there's so many fantastically talented people here. And there's doing amazing things. Like absolutely fantastic, multifaceted, multi-talented people on this list, I swear, and Alan's just the first one. But the funny thing is, that post came up and said, I'm with another object show, and I'm busy doing some other stuff, but we'll see where it goes. But then what happened here? Alan posted this. What could this possibly mean? What is this? Why are you posting pictures of 3 characters from Nightly Manor? I'm going to try not to give away too much of the plot here, but I'll give you a bit of a heads up. There could be spoilers. I should have said that way earlier. There may indeed be spoilers for some of the shows. So, like, once I've initially talked about something, if you don't want anything spoiled, you could skip to the next creators section. I'm going to split this up into chapters, I hope. If it's not split up into chapters, please come and tell me off vehemently for it. But anyway, these are like 3 of the characters from Nightly Manor. And then just a blank screen. And it's like, what is going on with this? And why are you throwing Nightly Manor stuff at us? After saying it's done, that's it. I've told the story I needed to tell. We are done with this. We are through. And then all of a sudden this pops up. And of course it didn't take long for the Smarty Pants people to take that 4th image, which just looks like nothing, and brighten the image and find out that there's a message on there. There's a code on there that says, this too shall pass. Now, that's one of those phrases right there. It's like, it's just like, we'll move on from this. That could be all it could be referring to. It could literally be Alan saying to everybody who is still kind of like, about Nightly Manor and how it wrapped up. It's like, this too shall pass. That's it though. It's done. We're finished with this. You're going to have to just accept it and move on. I'm struggling to do that. But at the end of the day, it is Alan Shaw. It's the creator's choice when to stop something and when to say something's done. I see a lot of people saying, we need more Nightly Manor, I need more, and it's like, no, this isn't our decision. This isn't, and this is something I'll probably talk about quite often, that, and this is true kind of, I guess, of all fan bases, but like, the demands of the fans, it's kind of unfair on the creators, in my opinion. They provide you with entertainment for nothing. Right? They do this, and like, yes, they do make revenue from it. They sell merchandise and stuff like that, and like, if you buy merchandise, then fine, you are supporting them monetarily. But that still doesn't mean that they owe you anything on top of what they have already given to you. They gave you their art. They poured their hearts into this work to provide you with this. And if they say the story's over, then the story's over. It might hurt. It does. My heart hurts still. It's going to take me a long time to get over the Nightly Manor, but that's it. But of course now Alan's thrown a whole bloody flippin' fox in the hen house with this one. It's like, why did you post this? What does this mean? People looking for meanings and thoughts and everything. It's like, it could just be a reference to, maybe Alan started working on the epilogue. Maybe the epilogue's just kind of underway or something like that. I don't want to really throw too many potential theories out there because I'm not brave enough to do so. But maybe the more of these I do, the braver I'll get. But yeah, that's basically the update from Alan. It's basically working on thesis. Hopefully getting another object show started. Random nightly mana post. Who knows? Who knows where that could go in the future? But like I said, nightly mana, really good. 6 episodes, you can be in and out, less than 40 minutes. And it's such a good show. And if you're anything like me, it's going to stick with you for a long while. Of course, so next we'll hop over to AnimationEpic next. So they are like, but by size of the object show channels that we follow, they're like the second biggest, right? And they're the creators of Inanimate Insanity, and I absolutely adore Inanimate Insanity. Well, you might have seen. Time for me to plug it. You might have seen my video where I did artwork of 47, 48, how do I forget? A whole bunch of characters from Inanimate Insanity in a game called Rain on Your Parade, where you're a cloud, and you paint with, one of the levels in that game, you paint with the cloud, so it's all drops. And I had to, anyway, it was a project and a half. But that was my love letter to both the game and Inanimate Insanity. It's really good. It's got really well-rounded characters. It's got like a fantastic arcing story that starts off like, and I found this trend pop up a lot with some object shows, and I don't know, like maybe Inanimate Insanity kind of started that kind of thing a little bit with like, it started off as very similar to Battle for Dream Island, inspired by Battle for Dream Island, where it starts with viewer votes. And whoever gets the most votes gets eliminated next episode. That's kind of the classic format of the object show, the contest-related object show. But then they slowly moved away from that formula and went to, the characters all voted amongst themselves for who to eliminate. And that gave them a lot more kind of control over where they wanted to take the story. They obviously had a clear story in mind they wanted to move forward with. And then it's just turned into this big, massively epic, fantastic story, and it's like it was so well put together. Now there's 3 seasons of Inanimate Insanity. The first season is the kind of, shall we say, rough and ready beginnings of the show. Totally still valid and worth watching though, because it builds up character relationships. It kind of sets the stage for like how everything moves forward from that point. At the moment as well, AnimationEpic are working on remastered episodes of season 1. I think we've had the first 5 so far. Right now though, they've taken a break. I've got no like big updates to provide from AnimationEpic because they really, after episode 5 of the season 1 remaster, they've taken a big hiatus getting ready for the tour that they're currently on, which started, oh my word, it started yesterday or it started today. I forget which day it was, but yeah, they do a joint tour with another one of the channels, jacknjellify. They go on tour every year. So they're currently, that tour has started. Season 4 of Inanimate Insanity is debuting at the tour. The first 3 tour dates is season 4 episode 1, and the second 3 tour dates, the last batch of tour dates, is season 4 episode 2. And we are going to be at the third show, the third stop on the tour, not the third show, the third stop on the tour, New York, on July the 12th. So we will get to see the debut episode of season 4, and I'm very excited to see where the story goes, because like, it's confusing because the last episode of season 2 was the finale, because what happened is season 3 landed in the middle of season 2, because the host was like, well, I'm going to host another season, trying to get away from all of the problems that were going on, and again, without trying to give too much away. So like, the watch order for Inanimate Insanity is very kind of interesting, because it's season 1, then it's season 2 up to a certain episode, and I honestly, forgive me, I can't remember which episode, but it's like, maybe it's really close to the end of season 2. It's like episode 14, 15, maybe 16-ish. I can't remember the top of my head. I'm so sorry. But anyway, it's up to a certain point, and then season 3 kind of happens between the space of 2 season 2 episodes. and then boom, you come back and you finish season 2, and then season 2 wraps up the story. And now we're heading into season 4, and it's like, oh, geez, there's so many things happened in the finale of season 2, and it's like, I don't know where they're going to go. I've got a few thoughts, and heck, hit me up if you want to discuss Inanimate Insanity with me, because I love it. I put Inanimate Insanity might actually be my favorite of the object shows, and there's so many reasons kind of for that. It's just like, one, the story's so fantastic. 2, the representation in that show is really good, really good. From some of the season 1 wobbliness, there was a little bit of iffiness going on there, but then as they grew and matured as literal humans and as creators, the characters evolved and they became a lot more kind of in-depth, and like there's some fantastic stories. There's a very transcoded story with one of the characters. There's a canonically gay couple who I flip and adore. If you've watched the show, you know who I mean. There's also another. It's practically a canon ship. The creators have said everything but the fact that it's a canon ship. They basically just say it without saying it every time. So honestly, whole bunch of fun characters, really well written, some amazing musical numbers as well. By the way, there's some fantastic songs in Animate Sandy. Really good, 100% worth checking out. Definitely give it a try if you haven't checked them out before. Really good, and season 4 is just around the corner. You probably haven't got time to watch all of seasons 1, 2, and 3 before season 4 hits YouTube, but maybe try and get a head start. I'll highly recommend it. Okay, so next on the list is Centrifuger CD. They've only just kind of got kicking. They've been working. Here's the thing: some of these creators as well, some of these channels have been around uploading videos for a good few years now, but can only make so many episodes at a time. Again, these people are juggling so many things. It's astounding that they can get such good quality stuff out on top of everything else they do. Will never cease to amaze me. But Centrifuge makes a show called Tripwire. So far, we only have one episode. There's only one episode of Tripwire at the moment, but it is really good. It's really good. It does have shades of other things. So there's another show we will talk about after this one, by CheesyHfj, called One. We'll get there. Some of you might know that one, but we'll get there. But so Tripwire has incy smidge of One vibes to it, but also the main antagonist has GLaDOS from Portal vibes going on, which has been alluded to by Centrifuge themselves. So no coincidence. But it's set up really good. It's set up really good, and again, it's got all of the aspects of a show that I really like. It's got really good character interactions, really good voice acting, and it's got lots of little. It's got some shorts. I think there's a non-canonical like kind of episode, which is very interesting. And even if it's non-canonical, it still kind of weirdly sets the stage for what happens in the first main episode. It's worth checking that out. There's also like there's another thing. It's worth checking all the little mini videos out other than just episode 1. But there's another interesting thing as well. But this is another creator we won't get to until a little bit later on. But Centrifuge did post this recently when a new episode of a show called Sacrificially Solitary, I nearly didn't get those words out, came out a little while ago, and Centrifuge confirmed that the universes of Tripwire and Sacrificially Solitary are shared. There's a shared universe. This is another great thing about object shows. So many of them have shared universes. Like, even if they're not kind of like... Here's the thing, you could cross your characters over with practically anybody else's. It's so good. It's such a close-knit. Like, loads of these object show creators are kind of, in cahoots a little bit. And I really like that because it paves the way for things like this. It's like the two series are sister shows, and me and maukitt both frequently work together on each other's projects. But yeah, and then Centrifuge had done a little fun Sacrificially Solitary kind of like fan video in a way. So that was an interesting thing. But we'll get more into Sacrificially Solitary later on. That's not for now. That's for later. But Tripwire, really well done as well. I think it's going to be one of those shows though that's going to be a hard one to watch because there's some heavy hitting stuff going on in that show, and I'm very curious. There's also a little bit of ARG going on, because some people have figured out some hidden codes and hidden messages in things already. I'm like, oh, this is going to be good, as long as there's enough smart people around to figure this stuff out, because I don't have the capacity to do so. So as long as other people are still around to figure it out, we'll be good. So Tripwire only just got started, so it'll be super easy to catch up on. Only one like full episode, and like I say, if you want to check out some of the lore building stuff, that's there as well, but it's not super long. Easy to catch up on. Really good. Keep a close eye on this one. I think this one's gonna go places. I'm telling you, I've got a good feeling about this one. Really good feeling about this one. So the next creator on the list here is Cheesy, who we mentioned briefly before, who made a show called One. This was the one that really. This was the one. Ha! I'm so funny. This was the show that I'd watched Battle for Dream Island. Again, we'll get to them eventually. Battle for Dream Island and Inanimate Insanity, and I was like, oh, well, Inanimate Insanity had its moving moments for sure, and it had its serious moments, but overall, it was like there's like there's an ending, there's a decent proper ending to it. So it's like, oh, let's watch One. This looks like another silly object show bloody contest thing. Sure started out that way, but it didn't take long before the bloody existential dread started setting in with this one. So fair warning, if you do decide to dive into One, don't expect Battle for Dream Island silliness. Don't expect any of that, because it gets very deep. It's so good. So good. And Liam, the backpack character, is one of my favorite object show characters. Dude's amazing. I love Liam so much. But it's just, I don't... It's so well put together, and again, it's one of those brilliant amalgamations of everything just coming together well. Everybody's voice acting, again, the music, again. It's like you hit the right notes in these kind of things. With any media as well, it doesn't just have to be object shows. You hit those notes and you are sorted. You've got a winner, Easy peasy. Done. But the thing with One is, yes, it starts out again, just objects in a contest, and whoever gets the most votes gets voted out. But it quickly spirals into like just totally just different things, like wild characters and lying and multiple dimensions and different planes of existence and all. It goes all over the place. And spoiler alert: this is where you can skip ahead if you haven't watched One yet, but you want to now. It doesn't have an ending per se. Oh, sure, there's end credits. There's a super sad song that plays. But there's no closure on what happened. And that ate away at me, because I'm the kind of person who needs there to be closure in something, and there was no closure. We don't know what happens after the last episode. It's totally up to your own imagination, which can be a good thing. It depends which way you want to look at it. You could look at it from the positive angle and say, right, this happens and it's all fine. But you could look at it from the other and say, this happens and it's all terrible. It just depends where your brain leans one way or the other. I'll be honest, I've watched 2 fan-made endings to One, and they both have happy endings to them. And I'm like, I am taking both of those as canonical, thank you very much. As far as I'm concerned, that's what happened. But One, really good. Again, there's 18 episodes. It's not going to take a whole chunk of your life to watch it. If you've got a spare afternoon, grab a seat on the couch, stick YouTube on, get yourself a bowl of snacks and maybe some tissues, because it's gonna get you. If you like me, it's gonna get you. It's gonna be a ride. But it's honestly, it's so well done. Highly recommend. Everybody should check out One at least once. But at the moment, though, Cheesy has been releasing episodes of a new show. And I'm not going to pronounce it right. I'm going to maul the pronunciation. Paragui. It's Paregui. And it's interesting. It's definitely got object show vibes. Like, there's a character who's kind of looks like a small little robot, and there's another character who's all humanoid except for the head, which is like a TV monitor. So it's got, but it's all 3D too. It's like, it's really, really like well rendered 3D stuff. And I'm like, whoa, this is a big departure. So Cheesy's doing interesting things with that. And it's interesting because like the first episode was, oh, and I can't remember the exact length. The first episode was like nearly 7 minutes long. So we're going from like 7 minutes to 6 minutes. Episode 3 was 4 minutes. I'm like, is this counting down? Are the episodes going to get shorter? What's going on? Why is it a minute less every time? I'm intrigued, but I'm excited to see when the next episode's coming out. But I'm assuming Cheesy might just be getting a bit busy. It's only been 2 weeks since episode 3 came out. It's like we watch so many now, I lose track of time. I'm like, wow, it feels like Power Glue 3 came out like months ago. It's been 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks because so much other stuff has happened in the meantime. It just feels like that long. Like so many other things have happened in the Object Show channels we're around. But keep your eyes on that one. Maybe check out the first few episodes of that. See what you think. And yeah. Okay, next on the list is Derpadon. Now, Derpadon makes a show called It's Time for the... Yeah, it's time for the... Now, this is a very interesting one because Derpadon has hinted at there being, again, it's another one of those linking to other object shows scenarios. And like it's time for the kind of show, like is broadcast on a certain channel, which I forgot the number of. I should come better prepared, but I don't want to do super deep dives. I just wanted to have he's the channel, he's what they do, and then we go from there. We could do maybe deep dives on individual channels at some point beyond the roundup episodes, but that's a thought for another day, Mikey. Shut up. Stop overthinking this. Stop trying to do things that you don't need to do yet. Sorry, I had to berate myself there. I'm back in the game. I'm back here. But it's time for it's like, so the whole thing is like lots of channels and they all kind of interconnect. And like Derpadon did have maybe still has lots of playlists, like saying channel something, and it's lots of random videos from YouTube of like just that they've compiled into a playlist, right? But I think there's going to be more interconnectivity with other shows. There's already one, which we will mention later on in the list here. There's already one that says it's direct kind of parallel spin-off of It's Time for This. So it's already happening. This is already underway. But It's Time for This is very chaotic. I mean, the host is someone called Clock. They are host of object shows, par for the course, utter chaos. That's generally how they roll. That's generally what they do. But I tell you, Clock is one of the most chaotically chaotic hosts out of all of them, I tell you. But the last update we had from Derpadon was actually not too long ago at all. I can't remember if it was either yesterday or the day before. We had this update. 10 hours ago. It was yesterday because I only just took this screenshot not long ago. It's cinematic, it's mathematic, it's, so 9 because here's the thing, because the host is Clock, every episode is one, but as a time, right? So it's like the first episode was 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. So 9 o'clock is coming. The audio is done. So we had an update saying that the animation was done. Now the audio is done. So it's getting closer. It's time for the 9. Could be coming out pretty sharpish. I don't want to put any specific times in it. Again, I am not the creator. I am not Derpadon. I don't know any timelines or plans for that kind of stuff. So it's not my station to say when it's going to be out, but it's coming. The work is underway. We're getting there. We're doing it. It's time for the 9. Will be out soon. I can't wait. It's very interesting. I'm going to have to watch it again. So lots of the ones I'm talking about, like, I've only watched through once, and some it's been a while since we watched them through, because me and the kiddo generally flop on the couch and say, right, let's watch all of this one now. So It's Time for There's one I haven't watched for a wee while now, since just before It's Time for the 8 came out, which was probably, let's see, 3 months ago was when It's Time for the 8 came out. So that's probably when we watched all of them. So I need to catch up. I need to watch 1 to 8 again. And the really interesting thing with Derpadon as well is, even in videos that are like just merch videos or Derpadon saying they're going to be attending a show videos, it's still got the It's Time for the characters in that. And there's lore in those videos. there's connectivity between all of these videos. No video is a throwaway video on Derpadon's channel, I tell you, except maybe the live streams. Derpadon's one of the object show creators who does live streams on their channel. Like, I don't want to say regularly, but there's definitely been a few popped up, and I've noticed a few object show creators doing that. And I was like, I need to hang out in those live streams more often. They just hang out with friends, and they just generally drawing art, or sometimes they're doing gameplay of stuff. And say, I should hang out in some of these and see if I could pick up on a few little tidbits of the episodes and what's going on with the shows, and just generally hang out, and, get to know them a bit more, right? But yeah, it's time for the really good. Check it out. Again, it won't take you too long. There's only 8 episodes. You can rattle through those pretty quickly. Really good characters, very chaotic. I don't really know all the ins and outs of what's going on with it yet, but it's very good, and there's a good little build going on here. There's some good stuff coming. All right, so next is FusionAnimations. So they are known for Daily Object Show. Now, Daily Object Show actually, to throw this in here quickly, actually ties into the Nightly Manor, believe it or not. Nightly Manor, super emotional show. But one of the characters in Nightly Manor, Sketchpad, is actually from the Daily Object Show, which was made by FusionAnimations. And it all kind of links together because Sketchpad, again, I'll try and spoiler-free as much as possible. All I'll say is Sketchpad somehow ends up traversing dimensions, worlds, essentially. Gets transported from the world of the Daily Object Show to the world of the Nightly Manor. It's very interesting. There's lots of little connections going on there. So I was very excited the first time me and the kiddo watched Daily Object Show and we noticed that happen. It's like, oh, that explains this. That explains so much. I couldn't believe it. It was so cool. And, this is something that kind of happens not super regularly with object shows, but like I said, they cross the streams a lot. Which is awesome. Characters will just randomly pop up in other people's shows, because usually all these assets are free to use, because the object show creators are generally very much like, here's these ones, just take them and use them, whatever. It's very, very sharing that way. And usually creators with object shows are fine with you can use my character, I'll just come and voice them as well, whatever. It's fantastic. I love that. I love the camaraderie between them, But Daily Object Show finished a while ago. There was 9 seasons. And there was 9 seasons. I should know this off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure it's 9. But yeah, so that finished, and now Fusion's main show now is Object Invasion, which is really good, really, really, really good. And we got this update from Fusion not long ago. I'm going to try and speak. I'm further away from the microphone here, but my head I'm compromised. Anyway, the next episode, so Object Invasion, we got episode 4 last month. The plan is for episode 5 to come out next month, and episode 6 is planned to come out in August. But it's a 3-parter, so it's 3 episodes that all tie together. But generally, all the shows kind of follow on from each other anyway. But I feel like there's going to be an overarching story to these 3 episodes. I'm very interested to see where it goes. Object Invasion is really good, and it's also it's become, again, this other show where it just starts off the same kind of thing. It's a contest. Someone gets eliminated every episode, all that kind of stuff. But again, it's the character interactions and the little subtle things happening in the background, and there's little sneaky things going on, and you can try and piece together who's doing what and who are they working for and why are they doing this, and there's some very, very, very good characters. Some very good characters. Oh, just delightful characters. Totally worth it. There's some inanimate insanity references / jokes in the first couple episodes that are a fun time to watch. And yeah, I honestly, Fusion is also just so good at this, and I honestly am so excited to see where Object Invasion goes. But to quickly hop back to Daily Object Show, though, Fusion did post something saying, wow, I can't believe it's Daily Object Show's, can't remember how many years, it was a certain anniversary. It's like, there we go, 5 years old in August, look at that. And they posted that, and then not long after that, see you in August, and that's Computer, the host from Daily Object Show. What do you mean, see you in August? What are you planning, Fusion? What's going on here? What is this? do we get are we just going to get like a 1 episode catch up with all of the characters from after the show wrapped up? Are we getting some new merchandise, maybe a new plushie, perhaps? I mean, here's the thing. It's like I'm over the moon that object show creators can get their bank from making plushies that people buy, and I love the idea. Like plush, it makes sense, right? Make a plushie of the object characters. You've got it's a no-brainer, isn't it? But if it's just merch, I'll be like, because one, I can't afford to buy all the merch. I wish I could buy all the merch. I can't. I can't buy all the merch. I can't. Also, it's hard to get it shipped here at the moment because of things. So it's like, I hope it isn't merch. If it is, cool. It's going to be fun for people. It's going to be nice. People are going to get to buy a new character to add to their plush collection. But like, if it's a show, a little one-off spin-off, no, like a one-off episode, I would love that. But I don't want to put more pressure on Fusion because Fusion, we just saw, right? We've got 2 episodes of Object Invasion coming up. One next month and one in August. Don't know how Fusion's going to squeeze out anything else in August, right? So it could just be, I don't know what it could be. I mean, my 2 guesses are a one-off episode just to see how everybody's doing from Tilly Object Show, or hey, have a plushie that we haven't had yet. I mean, maybe I can't remember if a computer plush did exist already, but maybe it just came and went because that happens sometimes. It's limited edition, or while supplies last, and then it's gone. But maybe if the computer plush isn't available anymore, maybe it comes back for a bit. Don't know. Either way, something else to keep an eye on for sure with Fusion. Okay, so next, GagOfGreen, who makes Animatic Battle. GagOfGreen's a very interesting one, and I want to spend a little bit of time talking about something other than just the show here. So Gag has posted a few things about not specifically burnout, but like people who they posted something saying basically quality over quantity. They posted that a while back, and I'm like, this is kind of, it felt like a direct kind of response to the people who are, where's the new episode? When's the next episode coming out? Where's Animatic Battle? When do I get my Animatic Battle episode? And again, I go back to what I said before. You've got to be patient for these things. These creators have lives. They have things they need to do. They're either still doing school, college. They could just have stuff going on in their lives that just has deterred them from doing stuff for a while. Like, even the creators in this community, even if it's the main thing they do, even if it's their main source of income, things can still pop up, right? It's like, I just think that being pushy and demanding stuff is not conducive to getting things. It just drives creators away, and it might push some of them away from wanting to keep doing it. Like, my advice is always to just be nice, be civil, be patient, respect the creators who are providing this fun stuff for us, and just wait, Do what I do. Subscribe to a whole bunch of Object Show channels. You'll nearly always have something to watch. It's like, you can't go wrong doing that. Do that. But yeah, so Gag did post the quality over quantity post, but also they have been posting things here and there, and this was the latest one. Where has Animatic Battle 4 been? I've been looking all over for it. It's like finding a needle in a haystack. Now, I don't know if this is a hint that Animatic Battle 4 is moving forwards and getting there, or if it could just be Gag again, just be like saying about people saying, where's the 4th one, and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, I'm just worried. I'm just worried about creators going through burnout. I have been there. I've not created any big shows or anything, but I've definitely stretched myself too thin before, and it's not healthy. It's not a good thing to do. It's like I always say, there's been a few of these. There's a few of posts like this from Object Show creators I've seen, and just other people too. And I always say, just take your time, do what you need to do. We'll be here waiting. The ones who genuinely care will wait until you're ready to come back and do what you need to do. It's like, don't worry about it. Take your time. Chill out. Put your feet up if you need to. You've got to take time for yourself. This cannot be the be all end all of your existence. It's the same as any job. Your job doesn't define you. You need to find yourself outside of that. That's not the only thing that matters. Money is important. You need to bring money in. But at the same time, if you spiral, if your mental health goes down the toilet, then your physical health starts going down the toilet, and it just all goes worse from there. So it's like you've got to look after yourself. It's super important. Super important. So don't get impatient with creators when stuff doesn't come out. That includes my stuff. If one of these weekly updates doesn't end up being weekly, I apologize in advance, but something must have happened that's deterred me from doing it. So next on the list is, well, Jack and Jellify. So, the big dogs, I suppose. Yes, Jack and Jellify, Battle for Dream Island. So it's really like the Battle for Dream Island flipping empire has become so big, and like in the space of like just the last few weeks, Jack and Jellify have had some big things. They had their 3 million subscribers on YouTube. They surpassed that. Me and the kiddo watched the live stream. We were literally sitting on the couch, and I was checking the numbers. I check the subscriber counts on all these channels very regularly, by the way. And I was like, they're so close to 3 million. I wonder if they do a live stream, because it's one of those things. It's a big thing. It's like maybe they do a live stream, right? And then we were sitting on the couch, and I got the notification that the live stream had gone live. I'm like, they're live. So we watched all of that live stream. It was very fun. So yet they hit the 3 million subscribers. Then they released Teapot episode 18 because they were at VidCon last week in Anaheim, and they showed Teapot 18 at VidCon, and then it got uploaded to YouTube later on in the day. So Teapot 18 also came out. Very fun. So to go over all of the lore of Battle for Dream Island is a bit too much to do all at once and all at now. But suffice to say that they have a very solid bunch of characters, and there's been many shows, all set in the same realm, right? The same world. So there's Battle for Dream Island was the first one. Then there was Battle for Dream Island again. Then Battle for Dream Island, BFB, and now Teapot, which is the Power of Two. They're all the ones. There's also IFDB, which has only been one episode of so far, and that was basically BFDI contestants being voted to return. So they only did one episode of that. There's been nothing on it for ages, but I think that might be starting up soon, because maybe it's one of the theories kicking out there, because at the moment we've got BFDIA running side by side with Teapot. Now BFDIA is still set in the past. Teapot is more the present. But IFDB, I think, is... Oh, my brain can't keep up with this. I think it was around the same time as... Is it BFB? Oh, my brain. Anyway, I think, because BFDIA is getting close to completion, I think there might only be 3 episodes of BFDIA left, maybe 4. And generally, one comes out every couple of months. So before the end of this year, we could see BFDIA finish, and they'll have to pick up another one or start a new one. But IFDB has been sitting for a while, and we might be overdue to go back to that. I don't want to get too deep into that for anyone who doesn't follow the Jack and Jellify stuff. It's a lot, because there's a whole bunch of stuff in there. All of BFDIA, BFDIA, BFB, and Teapot is kind of a lot of content to get through. You're going to need to put some time aside for that. That one's a bit of a longer project to get through for sure. It's definitely the one with the most content in it. And again, BFDI, why do I keep trying to put... I'm just so used to saying BFDIA. My brain always wants to put it at the end of the letters. BFDI, again, think of Inanimate Insanity Season 1. It's a bit rough around the edges. It's a bit rough and ready. They were doing it when they were super young. But again, it establishes the characters. It helps you get to know relationships. Stuff does get built forward from there. It's definitely worth checking all of it out. Like, bear with it. And it's super entertaining, for sure. Oh, there was another third thing I forgot about. Another thing that Jack and Jellify, they've partnered with U2s to release a 4-plush, a special limited edition 4-plush, which I'm iffy with U2s. I don't really know how to feel about the designs they bring out usually. But I kind of like the design on this 4 plush. I've got to be honest. But I know U2's has also got its detractors for reasons that aren't just the design. They work with a few creators who could be seen as slightly problematic, and I haven't seen them say anything about that since those situations, right? But I don't know if they've kind of ever backpedaled and gone, well, if we'd known, we wouldn't have worked with them. So I don't really know. If anyone has any other YouTube's insight, feel free to let me know. I honestly haven't got tons of info on that discourse. I'm not planning on getting this plush anywhere. Money. And like if we're going to the tour in New York, we'll be buying other merch there anyway. We've got plushies on in mind. Pencil plush. We finally have Pencil from BFDI plush. Pencil, one of my favorite characters, along with Buck. Pencil and Buck are my 2 favorite BFDI characters, by the way, just so you know. Just so you know. I do like Needle as well. I basically like all of Free Smart. It's one of the teams in BFDI. I like all of those characters. But if you haven't checked any of the BFDI stuff out, I think it's worth checking out. But you're going to have to put a lot of time aside because it's a lot. There's a lot going on there. Okay, next on the list is Malues. Now, they do a show called... Well, it's interesting, really, because it's love... It's love of the... It's S asterisk N. Not sun, not sin, apparently. But maybe it is. But maybe it isn't. I don't know. We currently only have 1 episode, but it was split over 3 parts. So there's 1 A, B, and C. There's also a video, which is like an operator's training video, which sets up a little bit of the lore of the universe the story is set in. It's so fun. I am a big old fan of this one. It's got goofy characters in it. It's got like some kind of it's just got such a good premise, and the character interactions are really good. So you've got objects that are objects. They come from their worlds, and there's charger block and there's crown. That is what they are. Because in object shows, that's the joke. The objects are usually named whatever they are. So a lot of object shows that are breaking that mold and calling characters by actual names. Going back to 1, for example, the backpack's called Liam. The soda bottle in that is called Bryce. There's a scented candle called Amelia. They all have proper names and proper, and you see their everyday lives. They've just got jobs and they're just doing their thing. That was the first object show I'd seen that had that kind of aspect to it. So love of the whatever it is as these objects, and when they die in their world, they get brought to this big place where they wait to be recovered, because every single world the objects live on has people who their job is to recover objects when they die. So we've got charger block and crown, and there's like you have a certain room you wake up in, and that's where you wait to be recovered from. And there's other objects in there, but they're not actually objects. They're people who kind of are just I don't want to say disguised. They take on the form of an object. But there's one called Michael, which, I mean, whenever there's a character called Michael in something, I'm like, I instantly relate to them, even if they're a horrific bad guy. But one of them's called Michael. There's another one called Sean. I need to watch 1A, B, and C again. But anyway, it's so fun. It's so off the wall. It's got such a good little story setup going on. There's already a little bit of mystery to what's going on. Basically, Charger Block gets there and Crown gets there, and whoever their operator's meant to be on their world isn't recovering them. So something's gone wrong, or obviously something like that. So the people who were meant to be waiting with him to be recovered are just like, well, maybe we can get you to just help out with stuff for now and send them to other worlds to solve problems. Basically seems to be the premise. And honestly, episode 2, I think, is getting close, because Malues has been posting songs from the next episode on the YouTube channel. I think we've had 2 songs get posted. So it feels like he's a song, he's another song. Episode could be just around the corner. He's hoping anyway. So yeah, Malues, another one. Super easy to catch up on. There's only like 3 episodes. 1 episode split into 3. And like a little lore video and a couple of soundtrack videos if you want to check those out. You can get through those really quickly. I'm trying to spread the love here. I'm trying to get us all in on these shows together, you know. So next is maukitt. And I mentioned them before when I was talking about Centrifuger, who does Tripwire. So maukitt does Sacrificially Solitary. there's been no updates from maukitt really since 2 weeks ago, because Sacrificially Solitary episode 3 only came out 2 weeks ago. So we just got that one. But it's delightful. It's really delightful. It's another show where the objects have names. They're not just named after what object they are. It's interesting because there was an episode that kind of sets up the plot, but it is listed as non-canon. So it's like, oh, it's basically two Clyde and Cleo who end up in this random world. They don't know why they're there, how they got there. So it's just about them exploring their surroundings. That's kind of all it is so far. But their dynamic is immaculate. Their dynamic is so good. I love watching these two characters together. They are so fun. I could watch them all day. They're so good. And again, that's testament to the voice actors. They do such a good job of personifying these characters, and they're really fun to watch. So far there's only like 3 episodes. So again, it ain't going to take you a whole bunch of time to catch up with this show. Super fun. Cannot wait to see what's coming in the next one, because the last episode, episode 3, did have a little bit of an interesting cliffhanger to it. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens beyond that. I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to seeing more of that one. maukitt, awesome creator. And definitely well worth checking out as well. Especially to see Centrifuger works with them. And it's good stuff. It's all good stuff, right? All these object shows are good stuff. I can't wait to see more of all of these people at some point. We'll get there with it. I'm sure we'll get there with it. So next we have MationsBomb, who only has 1 episode of their show out right now. They used to do a lot of like object show fan videos. I didn't really see too much of their stuff. It was one of those things where YouTube's algorithm, I swear my YouTube now is like 90% object shows when I'm scrolling through the homepage. I swear. I mean, YouTube's algorithm's getting it right, I guess. I can't really complain. It's feeding me stuff that I've been trying to see, so I can't really complain about it, can I? But MationsBomb does do a show called Orbit. There's only 1 episode so far. It's got a good premise. There's a good little thing going on. I've got a good feeling about it. But we did get an update from MationsBomb not long ago, saying, "Hey guys, you probably noticed videos have been taking longer, and I've only been posting about once a month. It's mainly because I've been really focused on Orbit and school, taking up most of my time, and I haven't had much space to work on other videos. But now that school's over, I finally had time to make more videos that'll be out soon, and having time for Orbit. Thanks for being patient." And again, this ties back in again to being patient with people, because they have other things to do. So Orbit 2 might not be coming out for quite a while yet, but it's being worked on. And when it comes, it comes. That's all there is to it. When it's ready, it is ready. That's all you can say. But Orbit Part 1, it's interesting. Give it a whirl, see what you think. There's some interesting characters in it. There's a very interesting premise going on. It sets you up straight away. There's like very little mystery to it. It's very much, this is this, that's that. This is what this character's doing. They don't hide anything in the background here. There's obviously going to be things we don't know, but most of it is presented right up front, so you know what the deal is. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. Want to keep an eye on for sure. The Orbit, definitely. I should have done MationsBomb before maukitt, by the way, because I was doing these alphabetically, and MationsBomb comes before maukitt, but what are you going to do? Okay, so next on the docket is Sacri. So Sacri's been doing object show stuff for quite a while. First one they did was, well, maybe not the first one they did. I don't want to try and say these timeline-wise, because there's a few Sacri things I still haven't watched. But Battle for Grandma and Bean Show, essentially, are the two biggies. And Battle for Grandma was really fun. Very, very off the wall, very silly. Super short episodes, like 2-3 minutes per episode. You could rattle off all the Battle for Grandma super fast. Bean Show gets a little bit more into it, and the episodes get a little bit longer, and there's a little bit more weight to the story in Bean Show. It's definitely worth checking out. But Sacri's having some interesting times, because like Sacri did post a while back saying that they might stop working on object shows after Bean Show is finished. And that's kind of a sad thing for me. Because Burner, that was it. That's the other one. They do a show called Burner as well. I think there's 5 episodes of Burner right now. But if Bean Show is going to be the end of, that means Burner might just be put on the back burner permanently. I don't know. The Burner was shaping up to be a really fun show as well. But I think Bean Show is the focus. Sacri also tried to do... I don't want to say tried. That sounds bad. Like, tried but failed. Didn't try, didn't fail. Did put out a few episodes of something called Give Dan a Gift, which was a very interesting premise as well. Try to do something a bit different there, Sacri. Let's do Dan in a room with nothing in it. Doesn't know what he's doing there, how he got there. And at the end of the video, you get to pick something to give to him. So there's a few episodes of that, but there hasn't been anything for a while. But I think that's because Sacri has been focused on Bean Show. We did get an update on Bean Show not too long ago. Animation has begun for Bean Show episode 7. So there you are. There you go. Animation begun. June 27th is my personal deadline. That's today, by the way. Today for me. It's not today for you. It should be the 28th for you. If it's not the 28th when this goes up, then something went horribly wrong. But yeah, so should be sometime at least in late June or early July. So Bean Show 7 is coming. And again, Battle for Grandma you can get through super quick. Bean Show 1 to 6 shouldn't take you too long to get through. So you might be able to get a little bit of catching up done there, perhaps, before Bean Show 7 comes out. But Sacri does really wonderful stuff. Very good. Very, very fun. Very... Again, it's one of those shows which is it just flips between the heaviness and the fun so fast that sometimes you're jolted. It's like, oh, geez, I was laughing a second ago. Why are my eyes wet now? But well worth it. Sacri, great creator. And whatever they decide to do beyond object shows, I will be 100% supportive because the talent is immaculate with Sacri. So next, Snailvine. So Snailvine is literally the newest channel that I have subscribed to with object shows. And I only found Snailvine because of, once again, CentrifugeCD. I found maukitt because of CentrifugeCD. I found Snailvine now because of CentrifugeCD. They do this adorable show called Lunchbox Kids. It is so heartwarming. It makes me feel all gooey and mushy inside. It is the sweetest show. It's so lovely. I honestly cannot recommend it enough. It's so sweet. And the funny thing is, the latest episode just dropped today, just a few hours ago. I just watched it not long before recording this video. It's fresh in my mind. And it is a bloody delight. I honestly cannot praise this show enough. It is flippin' adorable. So we've only really met... Well, there was 2 side characters as well that we met, but we've only really met 4 characters in the show. Well, yeah, other than a couple of the side characters, we've got Apple Juice, we've got Grilled Cheese, we've got Tupperware, and we've got Tater Tot. That's it. That's our 4 peeps that we mostly hang around with. And Apple Juice and Grilled Cheese run a little restaurant together. Maybe not a super successful restaurant, but they get there. They make it through. They somehow muddle along. Tupperware's their friend that just swings by all the time and bugs them. And Tater Tot is a random youth who crashes through the restaurant ceiling out of the blue one day. And now Apple Juice and Grilled Cheese are kind of taking care of him until they can take him home. So it's very quirky, but it's so nice. And oh my word, I hope I'm not jinxing anything here. But after some of those super heavy object shows that me and my kiddo have got into lately, without realizing they're super heavy object shows that deal with very heavy things, this is just a breath of fresh air after all of that. It's so innocent and cute and just wonderful. And it's just like, it just makes you feel so light and happy to watch an episode of it. It's just really nice. There's a couple of little things that have kind of rumbled beneath the surface that have kind of perhaps given hints at some darker story elements in the background. But for now, I am enjoying the warm fuzzies. I am very much enjoying the warm fuzzies. I cannot wait for more warm fuzzies.
Hey, want me to push you?
Oh, why?
Because I want to.
Can you even do that?
Well, of course! I'm a very strong tot. Watch!
He fished your
mean, look how cute that was. Bloody adorable. I can't wait. I can't wait to watch more of this. Go check out Snailvine right the flip now. Please show them some support. They deserve a hell of a lot more love. What a fantastic show. Cannot wait for more Lunchbox Kids. Okay, so next on the list is Trinitine. Now, Trinitine haven't really uploaded anything yet. I came across Trinitine's page because of derpadon, because Trinitine's show, which is upcoming, is called Sempiternity, and one of the main characters in it is a character that showed up in an episode of It's Time for the. So derpadon linked to that, saying, channel, I think they said like channel 64. And I did check some of the comments on Trinitine's like trailer for Sempiternity. They did a Q&A. Sorry, they did a Q&A, and someone's like, well, why is Snapped Skateboard in this Sempiternity? It's because it's directly linked to It's Time for the. So this is one of... derpadon could be building a bloody object cinematic universe here. It could encompass so many other shows, right? It could just suck up a whole bunch of other shows. But that's what Trinitine's working on. It's not out. There's only a trailer so far. But definitely check that. There's a trailer and there's a couple of little kind of teaser videos. But it looks very interesting. It looks very interesting. I don't think it's going to be too much on the goofy side. I think it's definitely leaning more towards the serious side. I could be wrong. The first episode could be totally off the wall and just super silly. But, yeah, it looks very interesting. One to keep an eye on. Trinitine is one to keep an eye on. I acquired a pen. So keep your eyes peeled for the first episode of Sempiternity dropping. They only just got to 1,000 subscribers recently as well, so they are still just getting there. They're still just getting there and getting their feet wet. So we'll see. I sense good things. The trailer looks very good. Looks very good. I'm very intrigued. I'm very, very intrigued. I'm very excited to see the first episode of Sempiternity when it lands. So yeah, that's Trinitine. Right, next is WebzForevz, who is... Webz has been working on lots of plush marketing lately because a few plushes from their shows came out recently. And of course, when new plushes come out, you got to roll out the promo train. I do not blame Webz for a second for that because, hey, you get that bloody money. You do it. You get that. You do the thing. You get the money in. You deserve it. You bloody deserve it. Sorry, I dived straight into WebzForevz without even talking about what it is they specifically do. So they do a show called, it was Excellent Entities, then Extraordinary Excellent Entities, and now 3... same characters running across all of the shows, but all the same, just contests, just an object show contest. Again, with bigger storylines kind of rummaging around it in the background, right? So... some things to say about the EE universe. Again, it's another one of those shows where the first season, rough around the edges. Rough around the edges, but again, I say this about all of them. I don't like to tell people to skip anything because every episode does have character interactions that build up, and they do show the show things connectivity in the future and stuff, right? The show also has another canonical gay couple, and I will bloody absolutely lose my shit every time that happens. I'm sorry, I can't help myself. I bloody love it. I can't help it. It's so good. It also has a couple of other really, really cute relationships going on, and like some will they, won't they's. It's got a whole bunch of sitcom style relationship stuff going on in it. And it's just super fun. It's just really good. And Webz does such a good job. And like Webz did post something the other day as well about like expanding their content even. So they're going to keep doing 3, which is the latest season of the show. But also a lot of other stuff. So, whoa. All right, Webz with the essay. So, can I get my mic this far over? I don't even think I can. All right, hang on. So the message says... Hi guys, a few updates to share about the future of this channel. First, I'm making videos consistently again. Yep, not just plushies and 3. Did feel like just plushies for a while. No offense, Webz, love you. My Roblox BFDI gameplay was just the beginning of this new era. Yeah, Webb's uploaded a video of him playing Roblox BFDI game. Very funny. Currently working on 4 long-form videos that we uploaded bi-weekly every other week for the next few months. These include videos exploring BFDI brain rot, such a funny one to film, lol, BFDI's unnecessary ban from Wikipedia, and more. Took a break from YouTube for about a year because I was burnt out. Again, see? This goes right back to what I was saying about Gag and other people posting about like being really stretched. So it's again, just consider that, right? When someone doesn't upload something for a while, there's probably reasons for that. Stuck to doing freelance for shows like BFDI and II, in I'm Insanity, making 3 episode 5, and getting out plushies. However, I moved about a month ago into a new place where I was able to design an office that invigorated me to begin creating my own original content again, instead of just animating and doing sound design. Found that even though animation and sound design pay the bills, they aren't as fun and interesting to me as scripting, recording, editing, and seeing your reactions to my videos. So excited to get back into YouTube, resume my climb to, who knows, maybe 500,000, maybe 1 million? Whatever numbers I hit, I know this is what makes me happy and what I love to do. I love that energy, and I say exactly the same thing. I have spent all my time on this YouTube channel. It's been years and years of just doing Let's Play videos, right? Now that I've hopped into object shows, I just wanted to talk about object shows, and I'm doing it. And I don't care what the numbers say. I don't care what happens. I am going to enjoy doing this. I'm going to enjoy blurbing every Friday night and uploading every Saturday about what's been going on in the object show community. I can't wait. I'm really looking forward to it. But yes, you go Webs. I'm so excited to usher in this new era of my channel where every video shows parts of who I really am and my true unbridled enthusiasm for YouTube and object shows. I think in the past people might have gotten the wrong idea about me, or I hid parts of myself and my personality to appear more likable when that really made me feel inauthentic and dull. So he did a video called Flower Knows My Life. Times to show more of my real unfiltered personality, and many of you enjoyed that, so I plan on doing far more of that. Thank you all for reading, if you got this far. I know I low-key yapped really hard. I can feel it myself too, Webbs. I've been yapping for more than an hour. I didn't think I would go that long, but here we are. Plan on doing far more of that. Oh, sorry. It's there. Low-key yapped really hard, just got excited. Lol, I love YouTube, I love my audience, and I'm so excited for you all to see what comes. Griffin, WebzForevz. So Griffin is absolutely a sweetheart. I love Griffin so much. Ever since me and the kiddo found extraordinary, excellent entity, sorry, and watched all the other shows. Big fan, big fan, big fan, big fan. And Webbs is unabashedly open about their being a trans man, and it's absolutely heartening to see. And he is not at all ashamed about just going, oh, by the way, it's like, and also, if you didn't know that and you don't like that, then go away. Fantastic. I just love that energy. We all need some Griffin energy in our lives, 100%. So yeah, whatever happens next, I think with Webbs we might see some of the more gameplay videos before we see 3.6, because 3.5 wasn't too long ago. But super excited to see what Webbs gets up to, because what a fun person. They're so fun. I cannot wait to see the rest of whatever comes there. And the last update, this is it. Jeez, finally got there. I swear this is the only one that's going to be this long. Honestly, I just got so carried away and I got so enthusiastic. I'm so sorry. So Wuggolo is the last one to update. So they do object lockdown and object lockout. They ran concurrently for a while, but Object Lockout hasn't had a new episode for a while. Object Lockout takes place after Object Lockdown. It's one of those scenarios where there's 2 shows, but they take place at different times, but they run at the same time. I'm not sure why Object Lockout's on hold. It could be just because Wuggolo wants to work more on the current story and then figure out how the rest of Lockout's going to go after that. I don't know. I don't want to throw too many of my own conclusions out there. But Object Lockdown is really good. It's really fun. Again, some awesome characters, fun relationships between the characters, really well put together. Wuggolo was hanging out with the jacknjellify peeps at VidCon, which was super exciting. And again, it's another channel where it's like I'm really excited to see what happens next. It's like really good. There's some really good like slow relationship building going on. And that's pretty much all I can think about saying for that one, really. I mean, Wuggolo does good stuff. Go check Wuggolo out as well. Go check as many of these out as you can. I honestly couldn't recommend them all any higher. And there's a little bit of something for everybody in here, depending on what you're kind of looking for. And I certainly hope you maybe found some new people to go and follow today, some new channels to go and check out. Again, as I said, if there's any that I haven't got down there that you think I would be interested in, chuck them at me. Can't guarantee I'll get to them right away, but I can at least make a list of some that we can check out. So yeah, feel free to do that. And that's going to be it for the first episode of the Object Show Roundup. I talked for so much longer than I thought. I did not think it was going to... My microphone, I moved it when I was trying to do the other thing. I didn't think I was going to get that carried away, but I'm just full of enthusiasm for this community, and I am very excited. But going forwards, yes, episode 2 should be a lot shorter, because all episode 2 will be is, right, here's what this person did, here's what this channel uploaded, this channel. What have they talked about, what's going on, any big stuff that's happening, all that stuff. I'm going to be spending the next couple of weeks totally trying to dodge spoilers and leaks from the Battle for Dream Island Animate Insanity tour, because I don't want to get that stuff ruined for me before we head to New York to see the show ourselves. So I'm going to have to really try and keep a lid on that and keep an eye on where I look, I suppose. And that actually is a good heads up. So there will be another episode next weekend, as long as things go as hoped. But the weekend after that, July the 12th, there won't be, because we go to New York on the 11th and we come back on the 13th. So I'm not going to be able to. But I'll try and do. Maybe I'll post a short or something when we get there. Maybe from the main hall before we go in or something like that. I'll give you some updates, maybe best I can. But there won't be a full roundup episode that weekend. But the weekend after, there'll be a roundup episode from the show. I'll give some updates on that for sure. Spoiler free. Don't you worry. I'm not going to spoil nothing. I'm not going to do that. It's like the only things I could spoil warnings for in this is the stuff that's already out there, stuff that's already watchable on YouTube. I'm not going to spoil anything that hasn't come out yet. Don't you worry. I am not that guy. But perhaps between the New York show and the show after that, though, the episodes that we see might have hit YouTube, because the first 3 tour dates are Inanimate Insanity, I think I said this season 4, episode 1, and Teapot, Power of 2, episode 19. And then the second 3 shows is Inanimate Insanity season 4, episode 2, and for the Battle for Dream Island, it's BFDI 21. So the New York show is the final one to have the first batch of episodes. So they could go up on YouTube that in the intermittent week. So I might be able to talk about them, because they might have been out for a few days. We'll see. I'm just rambling for the sake of rambling now, because I don't know when to shut up, and I don't like finishing videos because I'm really bad at it. But for anybody who stuck it out this far, thank you so much for being here for this first episode. Going forwards, this should be a lot more compact, I promise. I just had a lot to get through with going through all of these shows the first time. So thank you. Love you all. Appreciate you all. Thank you so much for being here. Get out there and enjoy some object shows. Go do your thing. Make your own shows. Have fun. And I'll see you for the next episode of Object Show Roundup. Toodaloo.